Hello you guys, how are you? It's Sonia here. Nice to see you all again. Today's video, it's a bit different. I don't know if you guys remember some videos ago, I will tag it up here also. I found this amazing fabric and I was thinking what to do with the fabric, and actually when I found it, it reminded me to Janelle from Rosery Apparel. So I thought it would be great to attempt one of her patterns. I decided by her last pattern is this one here, the Pansy dress. It says it's beginner friendly. You guys, I mean, I know how to sew, but I know the basics. And I have to tell you, I've never followed a pattern before. I thought this one, I could achieve it. I'm going to see, because I've seen she's very kindly put the instructions that I read through them a couple of times already. It makes it very easy. I don't know if it's going to be as easy as it like is described here, but she's also done a video on YouTube that I will link it also on my description, and I think the video would actually like helped me a lot. I've cut already all the pieces. I have to tell you, I'm really bad at cutting, and I didn't remember until I started cutting all of the parts of the pattern because it took me forever. That part, it's already done. I also did the bias banding. That it's the first time that I actually do it, so hopefully it will work. Yeah. I have here my sewing machine that I haven't used it in a long time. It's just like the simplest one in the market. Let's see how we go, guys. Wish me luck. I start by sewing the darts from the front of the bodice and tying the loose threads with a double knot. I will then press the darts to the center of the dress. So I just finished the first part, that is the bodice, and I'm so excited! Look at this! Hee hee! I'm super excited. Over the moon. This, I have to tell you, the bias banding, I don't know why, but I'm super scared of it, and this is going to be like the worst part of the video. Yeah, let's see how we go. What I've seen from the video, I just have to put, this is the back of the bodice of the dress. Yeah, that is the back part of the bodice. This is going to be the keyhole where you have the straps. What I've done is just iron the bias banding half. Janelle says that you have to take right sides together. So I unfold it and I start putting these needles. So the bias banding, the good thing is that when you cut it, it's like you don't cut it straight in the fabric, you cut it like in a diagonal way. So it's easier for all the foldings, all the curves that you have on your fabric. It will curve nicely. I'm trying to be very careful, and I'm trying to do this dress because it's a dress I'm going to wear. So I'm trying to be as careful as possible so that it has the less mistakes possible. Yeah, sorry to repeat myself. The bias banding, I did it this morning and it was actually quite challenging. It was the first time that I was doing it, and I think my iron is not very good. It's just like the cheapest one on Kmart. Had a bit of a trouble. I did a few trials, so I got like the perfect one. And now this, I'm just going to cut it because I don't need it. I will use this later. This is the keyhole, nicely finished. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, now what I'm doing is putting the two bodice pieces together, and I have to put together the two, like if it was the shoulder. I thought this was a pretty good idea. Hadn't seen it. I told you I've never followed a pattern before. It has these two little marks, then you know it's exactly where they should join. And I just have to sew over here and the other part too. And because I don't have an overlocker, I have one in Spain but not here, I would do a zigzag to the edges. Alright, here it is, the two sides of the bodice part together. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting. I am now applying the bias banding to the neck edge, and I'll leave enough strap at both sides of the keyhole for the tie. Okay, you guys, body is finished, or bodies, how do you say this? Bodies is finished. As you can see, I have here the keyhole, hope you guys are seeing it, and the bias banding, that is the tie that you have at the back of the dress, and this is the front. I'm so excited. I think it's looking really good, and I'm loving more the fabric every time I see it. The next thing I've got to do is point number 5. I have to do a gathering on each sleeve. Let's see how we do with this. I just couldn't resist. Look at this. I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty happy. Alright, I already have one arm attached to the bodice. I just had to gather it and put the two right sides together. I'm going to do the gathering in this sleeve. Super easy. I just did like 2 rounds of stitches, like parallel to each other, and now I take these 2 strings on this side and I just gather. Now that it's gathered, I will just attach it like the other one and I'll stitch it. I just stitch along all these. This is how the sleeves look, stitched to the edge of the bodice. What I'm doing now is just sewing the 4 parts that I have of the pockets. I'm sewing them to the front and the back side of the skirt. I'm now going to create 2 stitchings along the top of the front and back of the dress so I can gather it. I now have to gather the top of the skirt until it's the same size as the upper bodice. After the gathering in the skirts is made and is the same size as the bodies, I will stitch them together. So I am stitching here the skirt front to the bodice front and also the skirt back to the bodice back. It's looking good. Now, with right sides together, I have to attach the front to the back of the dress at the sides, making sure to match all the seams and to stitch around the pockets. It's already dark here. To finish the sleeves, I'm stitching the folded edge and leaving a casing to insert the elastic. Before the pansy dress is complete, I have just folded twice the raw hem and I am stitching it for a nice finish. is finished and I'm super excited. I finished it last night. Well, it was like 7 p.m. but it was already nighttime, so I wanted to show you like really how it looks during the daytime, and I cannot be more excited about this dress. It was super easy to follow the instructions. I couldn't stop doing the dress. Literally yesterday I didn't have lunch or anything. I was super invested in finishing the dress yesterday, and I was having so much fun that I didn't even like put any TV show or music or anything. I was just like my thoughts and the dress. Everything was about the dress. I have to tell you, the video and the instructions were great, super easy to follow. As I said before, it's the first time that I do a dress following a pattern. I loved it. And the result, as you see, it's a very nice and flawless dress. The fabric also, I'm super happy that I found this fabric, and I have to tell you, I was very lucky because yesterday was public holiday. I couldn't go, like, I didn't have time either, like, to go and buy more thread, because look at this thread. Do you see it? It's just like I started it and I almost finished it. When I was sewing the hem of the dress, I was panicking because I didn't know if I would have enough thread or not. But yeah, I was lucky enough to finish it. This is all. Hope you guys have loved this video and you guys have had fun following me along. See you guys in the next one. Bye!